What's up, everybody? This is Dev from More Tribe, and welcome back to another video and another loss for the Florida State men's basketball team as they played Virginia Tech. They followed at 13-8, while Virginia Tech goes to 9-12 and 4-6 in the conference. Tied with Florida State, and just got off work, so I'm just doing this video and had a couple comments, and they wanted me to go. Go off, go crazy, and I'll do that and whatnot. But this team is terrible. I don't know how bad you get. We saw the football team. They got worse throughout the season, and I don't know how our basketball team just got worse, just like that. But it did. But you had a chance for like NIT, and I looked it up the other day, and it was like you gotta do this and this and this and that. But since the ACC is so weak and strength of schedule, NIT, quad wins, whatever it's called, I don't think Florida State's gonna make the NIT. They're definitely not gonna make March Madness. Obviously not. Only way that was possible if you beat the North Carolina, the Dukes of the world, had a win against LSU. Good quality opponents, I guess, but no, can't do that. You lose to a bad Cal team, that was a horrible loss, and then you lose to Stanford, and then now third straight loss. I guess for Virginia Tech, where you only scored 15 points in the first half, while Virginia Tech scored 35. And, watching the games would have come into play very handily. But, I don't have that ability. Since I work nights, I work the late shift at my job. So, and I was looking, before I started this video, I was looking at the stats. And it's not really a bad, it doesn't tell you the story here. I mean, 6 turnovers just in the first half compared to their 5. Only 6 points off turnovers. Which, if you really think about it, Florida State only had 9 total points. That's crazy. 24-17 rebounds. Florida State can never rebound considering how tall they are. Second chance points, 2, therefore bench points. I think this is probably where it came into play right here. The 18 just bench points compared to your 7. 12 points in the paint compared to your 8. Fast break points, 5-5. I mean, kind of even besides the assists and whatnot. You went 0 for 8 for threes, 0%. Obviously, 6 for 28 in the first half, which is just terrible. Just god awful, just very terrible. I understand you have some off nights. I mean, we all do. Kansas has an off night like every game, but they still find a way to win. Every team has their off nights, right? But with this team, I feel like every game's an off night. It just feels like they just keep getting worse and worse. Obviously, when you lose 3 in a row, and Jameer Watkins didn't have a good game. Obviously, no one did really. I mean, you shot the ball terribly, as you can see right here. Well, I'm about to go over. Let's just start with the Knowles first. Malik Ewan only had 2 points. Shot 1 for 4. Maybe he was injured. No, he played 22 minutes. Maybe he was just so limited. I don't know. Like I said, if I watched the game, definitely would give you some more insight. But I can only do it with whatever. You know how the saying goes. You can only do what you have or something. I don't know. 3 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls for Malik. So he didn't show up at all when you played 20 minutes. And it's not good. Taylor Bowen, 6 for 8 on the field, 2 for 3 from 3-point range. Probably one of the top 3-point shooters for this game, I guess. He had 14 points. Great for him. He needs to play like this more often. I do want to see what he is. I think he's only a sophomore, so that's good. If he can play like that like all the time, This team would have a couple more wins, obviously. A couple more games would have been closer. Jameer Watkins, 9 points, like I said earlier, 4 for 13 on the field, 1 for 4 for 3-point range, 5 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. And that's what kind of sucks because Jameer, he's a good guy, like a good player. Obviously, he doesn't shoot the three well. I mean, no one does. But he's a bruiser. He's a driver. Obviously, he wants to go to the free throw line, which he only went once and missed. So he probably had. In reality, he only had like 7 points if he didn't get fouled there for the and one, I'm guessing. Justin Thomas, 25 minutes, 1 for 6, 0 for 5 for threes. Just 2 points, and then 8 points for Daquan Davis. If you're looking for the future, if he still stays here, Daquan Davis, I like him a lot. He is a dog. He's only a freshman, so if you can keep him, I think he'd be a good, productive player. I mean, he is now, considering he's a freshman, but, not doing good on a 13-8 team. So let's look at the bench here. Jerry Dang. I like Jerry Dang, though. Maybe switching the rotation up. Maybe a solution for improved play. But 4 for 10, 3 for 8, 2 for 2. And no one else really did anything. Just not a lot of productive players that you have. No one that really stands out besides Malik Ewan and Jameer Watkins. But still, when they have an off night, your whole team has an off night, as you can see. 9 points, 2 points, and Taylor Bowen stepped up. And if he didn't, then this probably would have been a 20-point blowout. But let's look at the stats here. 11 turnovers, 4 blocks, 6 steals, 13 assists, 39 rebounds, 29 defensive rebounds, 10 on the O boards, 8 for 12 free throws, 8 for 25 threes, 25 for 62 on the field. Obviously, threes, don't get it. And well, I can tell you this. If this was like, the 1970s maybe, where there wasn't like a 3-point line, maybe this team could be in, the tournament. Maybe they win the whole thing. But since it's not the 1970s and, there's a 3-point line and you can't shoot at all from 3-point range, yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see it. And let's see what Virginia Tech had. Obviously, 10 turnovers, 1 block, 9 steals, 13 assists, 42 rebounds, 28 on the defensive side, 14 on the offensive side, 18 for 30 for free throws. Obviously, Virginia Tech got to the foul line a lot more than what you did by 18. 10 for 26 for 3-point range, 24 for 58 field goal range. 10 threes does hurt, but, 8 is worse. I mean, not much to really say. I mean, I thought, you could, hang in there, winnable games. I mean, Clemson was a winnable game if you guys showed up and you cared. Louisville, they're a good team. They're just outright better. NC State, if Malik Ewan doesn't foul out, you guys don't let them go on a run. Maybe you guys have a chance to win there. LSU, basically, if you just, stop them from getting momentum shifts and runs, literally 8-0 run out of halftime, and, you're just catching up the whole entire time. Florida, you're down by 16, 17. You come back, and then the 3-point shots just start coming in, and you can't guard the 3. That's another problem. We can't guard the 3. When your best players are not being productive, no one else is. Maybe one person shines out. As you see with Clemson and, Stanford, Cal, Virginia Tech. But next they got Boston College. If you guys can't see it, they got Boston College. The first. Notre Dame, they'll lose. Boston College, they'll lose. I mean, they played North Carolina very tough and forced overtime with North Carolina. But, Boston College will beat Florida State. Notre Dame will. Wake Forest probably will. Clemson will. You probably beat Miami because Miami's a joke. Just trash can. Louisville, no. North Carolina, no. Duke, obviously not. Cooper Flag might go for 50 this game. Virginia, no. I mean, I don't want to sound like this is football season again and just say you're not going to beat anybody because, it is basketball. People, teams just have their off nights, obviously. But if you show up and care, you can probably beat Boston College, Wake Forest, Virginia, Miami, obviously. But the way you played against Clemson earlier in the year, you act like you didn't care. Forcing up just stupid shots. Not being able to knock down threes, and we're still jacking them up like we're Steph Curry from the Warriors. And, that's usually how it's going to go. You're going to lose a lot in Leonard Hamilton's final year at Florida State, hopefully, because, basketball, and the big three, football, basketball, and baseball, whatever, softball, whatever. When you're trying to get to another conference, which, obviously impacts everything, you want your big three to be good. And not Darvin Ham. I don't know why his name's stuck in my head. But Leonard Hamilton, he probably needs to go. Haven't been in the tournament for 5 years now. Obviously, your best team could have went to the Final Four in 2020 if COVID didn't happen. But still, I mean, look where we're at now. Changes need to be made. Obviously, it's like football. Changes need to happen, be made. Leonard Hamilton, what a career at Florida State. But it's time for him to go. I mean, it's time to be competitive. Football season in the off season till the start of the next season, it's too long. It's too long to wait. So, it's always good to have a basketball program to cheer for, and that's successful. Baseball, obviously, it's on the rise. I don't really talk about baseball at all. I'm not really into baseball. But hey, they're good. I'll watch some baseball. I definitely watch softball. I know I watch a lot more softball than baseball, so expect some softball content. But the point of the message here is that, from basically this year was September, football season ended, until, December. That's a long wait too. But my point is, we want a good basketball team to cheer for, and you can have some, options next year with not Jameer, but Malik Ewan and then Daquan Davis, and let's just see what happens from on then. But yeah, just expect more of this. I'm sorry for the women. They're still kicking butt. I think they play tomorrow, though. They just came off an upset win at North Carolina, the buzzer beater with Tania Latson. She's good, as always. They do play at Boston College tomorrow. So, hopefully they get a win. Cheer on the women. They'll probably make the March Madness tournament. And, excited for them. And very glad that they're winning the games that they're supposed to be winning. And take care of business. I mean, you do got one of the best, literally the leading scorer in college basketball. But I'm sorry that wasn't a rant. But, this is last year. Let's just speed it up at this point. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. This is Dev from More Tribe. Peace out.